Greetings everyone, hey, how you doing? It's Matt Sella here, and today I would like to talk about something that's been kind of circulating the interwebs lately, and it's a leaked image, quote-unquote, rumor about Sonic's final design in the upcoming live-action animated hybrid movie. Oh, isn't this gonna be darling? I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on it. I've been thinking about it the last couple of days now, and I kind of wanted to wait until more reports came out saying whether or not this is the official look or not. It was leaked, at least according to the Polygon article. It was leaked by Hamagami Carol Inc., which when I click the link, it doesn't really display anything. It just shows their website. They probably had to take it down or something by Paramount Pictures. But anyway, so what do I think about this design? I already know the rest of the internet is losing its shit over it, and I get it. A lot of people are quick to judge like that, and I don't partially blame them. But in my honest opinion, this design doesn't bother me as much as I was expecting it to. Like, I remember when the original teaser came out and we saw those beefy legs, I was like, oh. And for those who don't know, part of the reason why people might be reserved on something like that is a notion called uncanny valley, where artists or animators, CGI, what have you, anyone who creates fictionalized characters to look as real as possible start to reach a threshold where it looks too real or too organic to the point where you know it's not supposed to be real, but something about it just makes you uncomfortable of how real it looks, even though it's got that hint of artificialness and roboticness to it that you're like, So I get that. I think that's apparent, especially when it comes to the limbs of this Sonic character. But overall, it's like, I just see it as a different interpretation of Sonic. Like, there's been quite a few over the years. Quick disclaimer, I'm a fan of the Sega Genesis Sonic Edition, Classic Sonic as some people call it. That was my jam. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, I really enjoyed those, but I kind of fell off the bandwagon after that, especially after Sonic 06. Woo, boy. One of the first games I ever returned to the store. So when I saw this, I was just like, yeah, okay, it's just another interpretation of Sonic the Hedgehog, and I don't really see the big deal. It doesn't really take away anything from classic Sonic, or dare I say even modern Sonic. It's just kind of like how in comic books in general, there are the multiverse and alternate universes of various characters we know and love, and they come in different designs and do slightly different things from each other. And in my eyes, and this is not confirmed obviously, this is still just a rumor leaked, we don't even know the exact plot of the story of the movie, but this could just be another version of Sonic in some multiverse of Sonics. So it doesn't take away from what I grew up with. I say let's wait until we actually see this Sonic in motion, like a full trailer. Like, I wouldn't even say maybe a teaser trailer per se. I'd rather get a good glimpse of what kind of personality are they going to give him. How is he going to move? How is his facial animation going to be? All that stuff. I'd rather see him give a slice of how he's going to be in the movie without jumping to conclusions and saying, oh God, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. It's just so repulsive, so gratuitous. Hey, if this movie or this design is just straight up not your jam and it's just creeping you out to the point where you're like, I can't even look at it, that's fine. I'm just saying we should probably give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. Now, the last thing I will say, though, about this design is whether or not you think it's okay or you just think it's upright creepy, I will give credit a little bit to the artist who tried to finalize his design. Now, again, we don't know the context of the movie just yet, or at least filming this at this point, I don't know yet, but I kind of like the fact that they're trying to justify a bit of Sonic's original design. Like in the original games, he seems to have like a visor with two pupils, and for some it just looks like a giant eyeball that he has with two pupils, and it's weird. But in this design, they're trying to make him a little bit more realistic but still cartoony, and so he has two separate eyeballs. But to kind of help sell the visor thing a little bit, they try to give a little bit of that white fur right above the bridge of his nose to create that illusion. My only problem with this design right now, and this is just the style guide, this might not be the final look, is if I blur my eyes, I can't really see that bridge because it blends in with the beige fur of his mouth. Maybe they should have made that more pronounced, I don't know. Maybe in the animated version, when he's actually moving, it'll be more obvious. His gloves, or his lack thereof, are replaced with white fur, which is kind of a cool way of them saying like, okay, well, we want him to be a realistic character-ish. Can't give him gloves, so let's just make it white fur to nod to his original design. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's cool. Although now I realize I think his arms are actually supposed to be beige like his muzzle and belly, which I just realized it's blue completely. That's a little strange. Anyway, the last thing that does kind of make it weird, for me at least, is obviously his legs and the fact that they gave him white fur hands instead of gloves, yet they gave him sneakers. So in human context, he's completely naked, except the fact that he's wearing shoes. And that's a little strange in this case. Again, it probably would have been even worse if they went about the glove situation where they're like, oh, well, instead of red shoes, let's just give him feet that are covered in red fur. Yeah, for those who have seen Sonic shoeless in at least one cartoon series of his, the uncanny valley would probably really go through the roof there and be very awkward for many people. So, either way though, I mean, I'm kind of glad that they are trying to bring nods to the old design into this version, but it's not going to win a lot of people over. I understand that. I'm in the minority. It doesn't bother me. I'm the minority in the minority. I get that a lot, but I'm open to see him in action, and we'll see if it's worth the wait or not. Chances are it probably won't be good. I don't know. It's just that video game curse that many unfortunate films are going through. And comic book movies were a lot like that back then, folks. We had a couple come out and people were like, movies based on comics? That's stupid. And eventually, comic book movies found the momentum, found the right way of balancing the source material while putting in their own interpretation to make a unique, fun movie-going experience, and to continue that momentum into quite a number of things, especially the MCU. So, can that be repeated with video games? It's really tough. I've heard conversations like this all the time, but I'm not going to get into it. For now, this Sonic design doesn't bother me that much. Do I love it? No, but I'm not curling up in the corner of the room trying to get away from it. I'm tolerable of it. I find it inoffensive. And again, it's just another Sonic. Doesn't take away from classic Sonic and why I love him so much. So there you have it, folks. Thank you for tuning in to this podcast mini. I hope you at least tolerated my opinion. But hey, I am curious to see, what are your opinions on this rumored design, this leaked design? Let me know in the comment section below if you, I'm gonna guess, either you hated it, or you just don't like it, or you're neutral. Although I am curious if there's anyone out there who actually does love it. If you do love it, let me know. Because I'm just curious, because the internet is so full of judgment and hate. I do wonder if someone's willing enough to say, hey, no, actually, I kind of like it. It's not that bad. I'm kind of with you there, buddy. It's not that bad, but yeah, let me know in the comment section below. I'm really curious to see what people think, and be sure to subscribe to this channel. I do mostly long-form podcasts monthly, and I want to do a couple more mini things like this, as well as movie reviews, so be sure to subscribe, give this a like, comment, please, and be sure to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/Matt Sella if you want to support me, my art, my animation, or these kind of audio videos. All right, folks, thank you all for tuning in.